Okay, today is going to be a big day. The non-farm payroll, that's what it's called, the NPL. If you know what that means, yes, the data that's very, very key, part of the jobs numbers from the U.S. So the U.S. stocks index were a little changed before the opening bell, which is about an hour away from now. Expect the jobs data for around 10 o'clock in the morning. As soon as that comes in, then you have the opening bell, then it's going to look really good for anyone who wants to watch. But the futures are looking a little bit nice for the Dow Jones, about 0.03%. The S&P 500 and the Nasdaq were also trading about flat, just about 12 o'clock Nigerian time. So the Asians are done for the week. So until this Friday is a negative territory. This afternoon, after a tumble overnight on Wall Street, the Nikkei 225, that's the Japanese market, was down 0.42%. The Topix index was slightly lower. In South Korea, the Kospi slipped 0.32%. The Hong Kong's Hang Seng was down 0.2%, 0.42%, beg your pardon. The ASX 200, that's the Australian main index, bucked the overall trend and was in the green territory, 0.31%, and saying great weekend. Meantime, Nigeria's telecom giant MTN and the four banks sanctioned last August over 8.13 billion FX repatriation case are aggressively engaging with the Central Bank of Nigeria looking for an amicable resolution. Top sources within the Central Bank told China's television on Friday that the financial regulator is optimistic, quote-unquote, that the current engagement will yield positive results very soon. MTN Nigeria and the four lenders have submitted further documents regarding the FX transfers to Central Bank officials for consideration. The Central Bank Governor, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, has said that the sanctions announced a month ago were not punitive and against foreign investment in Nigeria, but to ensure strict compliance with the country's existing foreign exchange transaction laws and regulations. And so, with that, we move to the maritime sector, where the Nigeria's private sector folks in the business are alleging resistance by some government agencies and ministries in the implementation of the enabling regulation put in by the government. The coalition of the private sector players at a media briefing, which also featured the release of a maritime sector survey, asked the government to urgently relocate the tank farms in the Apapa area of Lagos.
The research finds that the economy is currently losing about 600 billion in customs revenue, estimated $10 billion on non-oil exports, and about 2.5 trillion corporate earnings across the sectors on an annual basis. Industrial capacity utilization currently stands at 30 to 40%, and approximately 40% of businesses around the Lagos port community have either relocated to other areas, scaled down operations, or completely shut down. These developments have very huge adverse implications for job creation, tax revenue, and real economic activities within estimated downside effect, of about 3% on the country's GDP. The research noticed a worrisome level of deliberate resistance by some MDAs to implement / enforce enabling regulations, including the 2017 presidential executive orders relating to the ports. Fight for supremacy, conflict of interest among the MDAs, and revenue ambition that conflicts with trade fertilization objectives among the MDAs are common issues. The study underscored the following concerns. 1. About 10% of cargoes are clear within the set time limit of 48 hours, while majority of the cargoes take between 5 to 14 days to clear. Some take as long as 20 days or more days to clear. Deliberate delays induced by MDA officials currently account for about 65 to 80% of import clearance and export processing time, respectively. About 5,000 trucks currently seek access to Lagos Port on daily basis. The port and its access road were designed to take only about 1,500 trucks daily. Thus, trucks currently spend days and sometimes more than 1 week to access the port from Lagos mainland due to serious traffic holdups, higher shipping and terminal charges, and paralysis of industrial and commercial activities in Apapa axis and other parts of Lagos. About 60 tank farms are around Lagos port, most of which are located without recourse to the original design of the port, traffic consideration, or volatility of the products in the tanks. Lagos have witnessed rising speed of fuel truck fires across the state, with attendant loss of lives and properties. How do we get out of all this problem? Is to ensure that the rail line that goes into the port is activated. We are talking of narrow gauge, we want to make wide gauge. What we are saying is let us use what we have to move out those cargo from the port.
The president of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Babatunde Rowashe. Meantime, Nigeria's neighboring country, one of the smallest in West Africa, Togo, the country says the economic growth is expected to rise to 5.1% in 2019 from 4.9% this year. In a statement, the government has also proposed to the parliament a budget for 2019, $2.60 million US. That's about 11.5% increase over the 2018 budget appropriations. The small West African country has few natural resources beside phosphates, a major source of foreign exchange, but is trying to turn itself into a shipping and transportation hub. Meantime, a Treasury document has shown that Zimbabwe's budget deficit rose to $1.3 billion in the first half of 2018, nearly 5 times the initial target after government spending spiraled ahead of an election last July. Before a tight election in the month of July, President Emerson Mnangagwa's government distributed free seed and fertilizer to rural voters, upgraded roads and dams, and injected fresh capital into the struggling government-owned enterprises. President Mnangagwa went on to win an election that was marred by a deadly army crackdown on opposition protesters and allegations of rigging. We'll be right back with Business Incorporated.